123. Show 123. Show 123. Coming at you. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, and welcome to Outside the Round Table. I'm your host, sometimes controversial, but always entertaining, H.L. Silent. How's everybody doing today? And I'd like to thank everybody for joining me for my 123rd show. And before I do, like I do before every show, I like to give all praise to God. Thank God for everything He does in my life, amen. Because God is good all the time. And I gotta do that before every show because I cannot do it without Him. So, also before we go any further, I'd like to wish my mom, Hazel Seiler, a happy belated birthday. Her birthday was yesterday, but my show comes on Tuesday. Her birthday came on Monday. So happy belated birthday, mom, and many more. Wish you many more. So, having said that, is everybody ready today? I said, is everybody ready? But then let's get to it. Does anybody think anything of significance gonna happen to Baby Trump? I mean, Donald Trump, Baby Trump. Because I'm interested to see how people feel about this latest development with the FBI raiding this Mar-a-Lago. And in my opinion, they waited entirely too long because I knew when they said he had classified information at his residency, seemed like the next day FBI should have went on. That was months ago. You know, tell them what he did with all that classified information. 15 boxes of classified information. Are you kidding me? Never heard a day. 386-868-3411. 386-868-3411. 15 boxes of classified information at his residency. Now let me tell y'all something. Don't be fooled about what you're hearing from these pundits on TV. Because they know ain't nothing gonna happen. Ain't nothing gonna be done. He might get a large fine. He might get a large fine, and the supporters gonna pay for that. But he ain't gonna pay for nothing personally, financially, or for him having to do some time or getting indicted. Because I feel that even if they indict him, it's still not gonna convict him. I don't think they can find a jury in America that'll convict him. Huh? I don't think they can find a jury in America that will convict Donald Trump. I mean, you talking about him been impeached twice. He been impeached twice. He just ain't been convicted, but he been impeached twice. But I think he's gonna get a slap on the wrist, just like Alex Jones. He's a man making $75 million a day, and y'all give all the parents and the family Sandy Hook, I think that's what it was. You give all the people $45 million. The man makes 75 in one day. You get all the 45 million. That ain't even one day of his take. That's a slap on the wrist. See, this is what I'm talking about in America. There's no real accountability for wrongdoing for certain aspects of this country. The law don't mean nothing to them. It don't affect them. The law don't apply to them. And I'm wondering if we as people, when are we going to say, hey, if I could go to jail, he could go to jail? That's how everybody should feel. You shouldn't feel like this some kind of political attack. The man break the law. They told him to send them classified information back. What you expect him to do? You know he don't need to try to subpoena him. Cause you know how he feel about that. You don't respect no subpoena. And talking about raid, like they tore down stuff. They went and knocked on the door. People knew they was coming. Showed them around all the places they went in Mar-a-Lago. But he going around like they came and was tearing up stuff like they do black people houses. None of the sort. And then he want to sit and talk about Merrick Garland. Man, Merrick Garland is soft. So all you guys who thought Merrick, just because he finally do something, that ain't nothing. That's something that he couldn't even help to do. Because it's right in his face. Classified information right in his face. So like the Secret Service deleting that information. They need to be on charges now. Shouldn't be working no more. I don't know if they are or not. But I know they shouldn't be. Shouldn't be working no more. Should be an investigation into that. I mean, people got to be held accountable in this country, just like the rest of us. And what I see is people get special treatment, and that don't sit right with me. I don't know about you guys, that don't sit right with me. But people who always have to pay every time they do something. You never get a break. You always got to pay. How you think people like that feel when they see people out here breaking laws right in front of America and nothing's being done? They giving out 60-month sentences, 60 months. Everything when they go to jail, everything in months. We go to jail, everything in years. Huh? They give you 50 and 60 years for selling dope. So you mean you get some months for insurrection, trying to overthrow the will of the people in the United States government? You mean you get months for that? For trying to overthrow a democracy? A violent coup? Attacking police officers? Battery on a Leo? I never do battery on Leo. You go to jail for some months. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is the two faces of America that we have to deal with. They deal with the Native Americans, the Native white Americans, they deal with kid gloves. Kid gloves. The Native blacks in this country, you handle them any kind of way. They called the police out for Brittany Greer. She was having an emotional and a mental episode. Call the police out. When we call y'all, see, first of all, let me say this. Police shouldn't be called out when you have somebody with mental problems. Police shouldn't be called out. It should be some kind of medical agency that comes out to see about your loved ones, not the police. The police gonna come act like they're a criminal when these people need help. And not to be agitated. They agitated that girl. He feeling all over. The white policeman feeling all over. Then they put her in the back seat. Now I don't know about you. I've been in the back seats of police cars plenty of times. And let me tell you something. I ain't never known you could get out of a back seat of a police car while you in cuffs. I like to see somebody show me how you do that. Huh? I let somebody to show me that girl fell out the back seat of the police car, dead. Well, she ain't dead, she brain dead. That's dead. All she supposed to be getting was a ride to the mental hospital, man. So then, let me say this. When they showed the camera, she was laying in the streets, man. She done fell out the car, the police car. So let me say this. Do police officers, maybe somebody can call in and tell me, don't police officers supposed to seatbelt you in when they put you in a police car? Because they always seatbelt me in, make me feel more uncomfortable, but they seatbelt you in. Why she wasn't in the seatbelt? And when she fell out of the car, and when they found her, her cuffs wasn't behind her back, they was over her head. How all that happened? And then you see the police, you see the black police tell the white police, we're gonna say this now. We're gonna say, you good. See, this is what I'm talking about, right on camera. They was already while she was dying, trying to figure out a way to cover it up. Right there on the camera. Right there on the camera. And until we start getting these people that's in positions held accountable, to hold these people accountable, we need to start cleaning the house. I want to know who in charge of all these people, who their bosses. Because if these people not doing anything, then their bosses need to get fired. I'm not gonna continue to pay my tax dollars for the police when they're doing us like this. I'm not gonna compete. And black people shouldn't, native blacks shouldn't either. We really need to stop doing business with the native whites until this country start treating us right. We need to start doing business with ourselves. And I say that all the time. Ain't nobody gonna respect you if they can talk trash to you, call you out your name, slap you in your face, shoot you down, and you still do business with them. How they gonna respect that? I keep telling y'all the native blacks in this country is like I parallel them with a abused spouse. Huh? What this country do us is like we're an abused spouse. That's how they treat us. Yet, the sleeping native blacks in this country. Because you know I wrote that book, America's Attack on the Sleeping African American Communities in this country. But I'm gonna redact a lot of stuff in there, and because a lot of stuff don't came to fruition. So I'm gonna call it America's Attack on the Sleeping Native Black Americans of this country. Because we're the ones under attack. We're under attack from every angle. The care we get, the justice we get, the wages we make, the places we live. We're under attack from every angle, and seems like the native blacks in this country don't realize there's something. Y'all sleep? Because y'all better wake up. We can't even call the police no more. What we supposed to do? And listen, there should be some type of moratorium. There should be some type of law put in that every native black in America, I don't care if you convicted felon or not, you should be able to own a firearm. You should be able to, because it seems like they're systematically unarming the native blacks in this country. For what? Y'all planning to do something? Cause y'all keep guns, y'all shoot us down and point guns and have a fit even when we got a certified certificate to carry our guns. Police stopped the dude and he had his gun in the council. They asked for papers. When they see the gun, oh, you mother this, you mother that. I'll call them every name under the book. Pull their guns out on her. That man mama came out there and went off on them. Oh, you didn't tell me. Y'all didn't ask me. You had to put my papers. I'm finna tell you then. Then y'all draw the gun out and go search his car. All that with man is a licensed gun owner. Excuse me. That's how they do us. Even when we got licenses. Even when we police. You ever just Jakari Young told you, chief of police in Daytona Beach, couldn't even arrest, when he first got on the force, couldn't even arrest a white person unless a white police officer was present. Come on now, native blacks in this country. We got to wake up. We got to start, first of all, we got to stop being slaves. We still slaves. We just modern day slaves. I don't care about you getting mad at me. I don't care about you getting mad at me. What you call a $1 billion industry, and the people that's running the industry, that's the backbone of the industry, ain't getting nothing. What you call that? Oh, I forgot. They getting a scholarship. And none of them graduating anyway. Because there ain't no tools put in place for them kids to graduate. See, I keep telling everybody, until the NCAA and these schools put some skin in the game, ain't nothing gonna change. Until college players get representation, see, there should be a NCAA, it should be a college player union, football and basketball. They should have their own players union. Because when you look at it, ladies and gentlemen, everybody being represented but your child. Huh? Everybody being represented but your child. The coach, he got his lawyers. He making $10 million a year. The university president, he making his money. The school making hundreds of millions of dollars a year. NCAA making billions of dollars a year. And our kids and our communities and the families they come from ain't getting nothing. But we sit around and don't say nothing. The only rules they coming up with is rules to punish our kids. They ain't coming up with nothing to help our kids. In fact, they want to keep their proverbial foot on our necks. If we ain't making the money on college sports, we making the money on the industrial prison complex. Both geared and created for that native black man. Both created for that native black man. Football and basketball. And if you ain't good enough to go play on teams after that, and you have to come through with you, then I'll lock you up and make money on you. $50,000 a year, and it's probably more than that. It was $50,000 a year. I know it's more than that now. With these privatized prisons all over, prisons of America, stocks. But you got these judges and these lawyers with stocks in prisons of America. At the same time, they sentencing you to time. Can anybody say conflict of interest? Ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous what's going on in this country. And I can understand why the 70% of the people not standing up and shutting down this 30% of people trying to divide us. Divided we fall. Together we stand. I blame corporate media. I blame lawmakers. We have got to start hiring and electing people who don't have our best interests at heart. We have got to do away with all these people in Washington that don't have an altruistic bone in their bodies. We need people that has a benevolent bone in their body. See, they in it for the wrong reason. You ever know the Republicans never do any governing? Everything's a grievance. No governing. And they vote no for everything that help you, and you still vote for them. Republicans try to shut down Social Security. I bet you the majority of the Republican base is on Social Security. Yet they seem to have nothing to say that these people are actually trying to do away with Social Security, and you voting for them. You see why I say I feel like we're in the twilight zone sometimes? Because how can you vote for somebody who voted no against any and everything that will remotely help you and your family? That don't make sense. And that's what we got going on, and we got the native blacks in this country not paying attention to worry about what John got. Too busy hating on somebody trying to do something. You know, we got that slave mentality bad, and what we got to do, we got to get it out. We got to get it out of our system. And the only way you got your system, you guys got to sit down and read and learn where you came from, because that's the only way you're gonna know where you're going. Because this propaganda that they're doing now, the same propaganda they've been running, the same playbook they've been running ever since they brought us over here by force on them slave ships. Because we're the only people that, like I said every week, we're the only people that come here voluntarily. We should have some kind of special status, the native blacks in this country. Native blacks meaning the descendants of slaves. Descendants of slaves. A whole 70 people was kidnapped from a whole continent, and I don't think we deserve nothing. Y'all kidnapped us, enslaved us for hundreds of years. Y'all don't think no reparations is due to us? Really? It's time we form 2 billion. List 2 billion with a B. Native blacks in this country spend $2 billion per year. Per year. $2 billion per year. If we just organize and spend with each other, we won't have to worry about being mistreated. You got people. I want to talk about these phone companies. These people getting these franchises like T-Mobile. You know, my phone company. If you want to get some good service, you got to go to the corporate on Volusia. If you go to the T-Mobiles, these private T-Mobiles that they'll franchise out, these people don't represent T-Mobile in the way they should be. They should have people watching over them. These people talk to you any kind of way. One T-Mobile, the dude in Holly Hill, over there by the Winn-Dixie, over there for LPGA, that T-Mobile, he telling me I can't get my money back. You ever heard somebody tell you that you can't get your money back? And you ain't even bought it yet. You ain't even changed the SIM card over yet. You telling me you through? We through, and I can't get my money back. I went straight to corporate and got my money. Man, you must be kidding me. This is what it has happened to this country. This is what has happened to this country. Now you got name brand T-Mobile, all these name brand companies franchising to people, but they're not making sure these people uphold the standard that these companies have been about all these years. See, you get one guy, the dude come in, I guess his name was Ant, the worst manager, and should nobody go to his T-Mobile. I'm gonna make him famous. Worst customer service in the world. That T-Mobile right there in the plaza, right there off LPGA in the Holly Hill Plaza with the Winn-Dixie at. Don't go to that T-Mobile. Don't go to nobody who disrespect you. Go to the corporate T-Mobile on International. How about Chick-fil-A? They're gonna treat you like they're supposed to because that's corporate. See, that's what we got as black people. We gotta learn and realize that we can do when people doing us like that, we can do something about it. We just don't go to them. I'm asking all my listeners, don't go to that T-Mobile in that plaza because he don't talk with respect to his customers. So he don't need to make no money. So he can get that franchise to somebody who gonna treat the people like they're supposed to be treated. And that's what we got going on in this country. People treat people any kind of way, expect you to get their money. Now he gonna get. So I got mad because he wasn't answering them a question like I want to. I said, well, I don't want none of this because you couldn't find out the police come, we gotta take this stuff out with us and go to corporate. Police can't make them do nothing, right? So guess what? The stuff they was giving us didn't even fit the phone. That's how much a con man these people are in these places. They see the credit card and try to put all kind of charges on it, and the stuff don't even match the phone. That's the kind of service that we get in this country now, dealing with these franchisees. And they feel they got a franchise, they can talk to you any kind of way, they ain't studying T-Mobile then. The lady from T-Mobile, he didn't even want to talk to the lady from T-Mobile. If I'd been T-Mobile, I'd have snatched his franchise license. He would have been representing T-Mobile if I would have been VP. And I seen that video of him arguing with the customers. So once again, man, don't go to that T-Mobile in that plaza, in the Hollywood Plaza. Those people crooks. They're not gonna help you, and they're gonna try to sell you everything. They won't even sell you stuff. They don't even go to your phone. And I told you I was gonna make you famous, brother, for your poor service, for your disrespect to your customers. And that's what we gotta start doing. We gotta start calling these people out. Not like the policeman who killed somebody and then you don't know his name. They won't put his name in his picture out there. But me and you killed somebody, they got our name plastered all over the front page. Come on now. All I want is fairness. I ain't asking for no handout. I want the playing field level. It's bad enough you try to stop me getting to the field. It's bad enough you put up every obstacle you can to keep me from getting to the field. But when I get to the field, I want a level playing field. Our parents call. See, this makes me mad, man, because it makes me want to cry. How can a parent who concerned about their daughter call the police for help to try to get them to a mental hospital? They treat that girl like she was a dog. I mean, they treat dogs better than they treat people, especially Native Blacks. No, they treat dogs better than Native Blacks. That's a fact. Well, how's that a fact, HL? It's a fact because it's been example after example of black kids missing and animals missing, and the reward being a reward for the animals and no reward for the child that's missing. More concerned about their missing dog than a missing child. All this is what you call when they dehumanize us. That's why everybody can come and they're better than us because they want to make us less than human. But it's up to us. It's up to us not to entertain that and keep it moving. Instead of letting it percolate in your soul. Don't let it percolate in your soul because that's just thinking. They want you to feel like you're insuperior. And you inferior. And they're superior. And that's what that's the propaganda, and that's how it goes. Take it from somebody who knows. But until we get engaged as people, we're gonna still be in the same position. Instead, everybody start paying attention to what's going on. These people are slowly eroding our rights. DeSantis, he don't even have the authority to fire the Attorney General of a municipality. He doesn't even have authority to do that. These people don't even know what they can and can't do. They just get in office and do anything they want because they don't know no better. Because they're not political material. They're not political candidates. They're not political candidate material. They're just not. These people have been put in place just to do the bidding of the far right. And that's what they do. And I keep saying, and I said this about 2 years ago on this show, I believe that there is a hidden group, some kind of secretive group that took oaths, infiltrated the police department, and their marching order is to kill Native Blacks at any chance they get under the shield, under the cover of the shield. Huh? Under the cover of the shield. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we don't even make up 20% of the population, but somehow it's always us getting killed by the police. How? If it's not intentional, then how? How can that be? Through osmosis? Because how could it be? I don't understand it. How can a population that don't make up 20% of the population be making up 80-90% of the jails and the prisons of this country? Unless there's a concerted effort to fuel this country off the backs of black people. Just like the NCAA, just like the industrial prison complex. Same thing. Those two markets there, black men, involving black men, are flourishing. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Think about what I just said. The two fields that the black man make money for this country in is college sports and the industrial prison complex, these jails and prisons. That's how they make money off us. They make money off us playing ball, making money off us, or if they ain't no use to it, they'll lock us up and make money off just housing us and keeping us out the way so they can do what they want to do. And that's what's going on. And it's a shame. And America needs to be ashamed of herself. She really should. And I keep saying that there's 7% of Native whites out there that know better. It's gonna be your fault. When these bombs start dropping and we all in the foxholes together, it's gonna be your fault because you guys were the only one. Listen to me. You guys are the only one that could have put a stop to this. You guys are the only one that could have put a stop to this. But somehow you feel like if it don't apply to you, let them do what they want to do. But I'm just telling you, when I tell you it does, it does. It applies to you. And then don't come telling about no Merrick Garland. Call and text me talking, she was Merrick Garland. Man, listen. Merrick Garland got so much work. He could have been on the first day he got in office. He would have been working. He got so much work to do, so much malfeasance and corruption went on. You gonna tell me about because he had the nerve to. I gotta calm down because he had the nerve. You gonna tell me? But it's outrageous. You gonna tell me because he had the nerve to go get classified information that didn't belong to him after he don't begged him for it. That's Merrick Garland getting tough. Are you kidding me? Stop it. Merrick Garland is like is equivalent of a poodle when you need a Rottweiler. If you finna go fight your dog, you want your dog that's gonna fight. You don't want no dog that ain't gonna fight. I'm against dog fighting, but I'm just saying. Anyway, it's a big game being played on the American people, I feel. And I'm here, and I think, like I said, I think the Main Street media, Main Street, Lame Street, whatever you want to call it, they're responsible for the propaganda because they won't tell the truth to say they lie. Because they big corporations too. I keep telling everybody that. They big corporations too. The media big corporation, Rupert Murdoch, all of them, that's big corporations. Christine sitting around here being applauded when she gutted this latest package that they just got, this anti-inflation package. Two things missing out of that: child care taxes and student aid relief. Two things he ran on: Manchin and Sinema made sure they was not in that bill. This is what I'm talking about. When I talk about, everybody want to talk about the peripheral, but the meat and bones and potatoes, meat and potatoes. Where you letting them take the meat and potato and giving us peas, and you're making a big deal about giving us peas and rice and corn, but the beef and the potatoes gone. But you acting like we eating a beef and potato dinner. Joe Biden sit there and let them cut out the two most important parts of the package, y'all. That's what I'm trying to tell you. The two most important parts, the two most impactful policies that would help the American people, student loan debt and child care, some help with the child care taxes. So all you Republican women out there who working, you can thank Republicans for you not having a child care tax. You can thank them for that. And that's why I said, Nazi, everybody be voting against their own best interest. You voting against your own best interest. If you get Social Security, why would you vote for somebody who's trying to take your Social Security away from you? What kind of sense that make? And that's why they don't want people educated, man. Because when you ain't educated, they can tell you anything. You got people still going around saying the election was stolen without one shred of evidence. But they still going around parroting that talking point. Without one shred of evidence. It's like me coming to your house. You got a real nice house. I think I want that house. I think that house was my house. That was my people's house years ago. I think I want that house. So I come knock on your door and say, hey, I want this house. My people had this house some years ago. I want this house. This is my house. You'll look at them like they're crazy. Same thing. Same exact thing. Got DeSantis the clown now. He's supposed to be the number one Republican to run for office if Trump don't run. I keep saying this, and I'm gonna say it again. Why do the Republicans constantly get back in power when they do nothing, absolutely nothing for the country? All they do is vote for their constituents as far as corporate donors. That's it. They do the bidding of the corporate donors. Yet and still, you have all these people out there with food stamps, Social Security, they're trying to cut all that, but y'all steady voting for them. And this is why they try to dumb down the country. This is why they don't want you to teach the history of this country. Y'all let one or two people come and try to change the whole fabric of the greatest nation in the world. And y'all, after hundreds of years, y'all gonna let money tear this country apart. Because that's what it's all about, money. That's what it's all about, money. They're not doing no governing. All they're doing is trying to enrich themselves through the stock market, through land deals, and all type of little side deals they doing for their votes. And that's what you got going on. We need people in Washington that's gonna be in Washington to help the people that they come from their districts. And I don't see nobody helping the people that's come from this district. I don't see it. Maybe I'm wrong. But anyway, we're gonna take a break. We're about 20 seconds away from a break. We're gonna take a break. We're gonna take a break now. We're gonna take a break and we're gonna come right back. Okay, we're back. But I was just interested, number again, 386-868-3411. I was just interested to see what people thought about the latest revelation with Baby Trump. About them, they didn't raid his house. The FBI when they got stuff back that belonged to me and you. Went back and got our stuff back, because that was our stuff. That was our stuff. That's American people stuff. Classified information don't belong to no president. It belongs to the people. See, but you don't know that. If you don't know your history or you don't know it, people can tell you anything. But when you know it, people can't tell you anything. That's why I say you gotta be knowing. It's not like arguing with somebody who don't know what they're talking about. That's real frustrating. So you just have to put your point out there and keep it moving. But personally, I don't see anything really happening to him. Baby Trump, that is. I don't really see anything happening to him. maybe a large fine, but definitely not no jail time, and definitely nothing else. They definitely gonna try to stop him from. They really need to tell this man he can't run for office no more. This man need to be in jail. Man been breaking law all his life. Been impeached 2 times, but they won't convict him. Ain't no jury gonna convict him. Even if he get indicted, I don't see a jury in America gonna convict him because it's gonna always be one person gonna hold out for him. For some reason, he has this hold on people, man. I don't understand it. He has this everybody got this filthy for him, but he has no filthy for nobody else. You know, he has no filthy for nobody else but himself. Not even his kids. He ain't loyal to nobody but himself. But everybody, he wants his undying, unwavering loyalty to him. At the same time, he has no undying or a little bit or no, another kind of loyalty for you. He'll throw you under the bus just as quick as he could just turn his head. And y'all know it. We don't see that happen too many times. Then you got all these clowns being complicit with him. Kevin McCarthy come to mind. What a clown. What see, people that's desperate like that to be in positions of power don't need to be in those positions. You want somebody who's gonna handle those positions with grace. He looks too thirsty to me. He trying too hard. And I keep telling you, these people playing games on American people. And I say this all the time. Because even though the Senate have voted no to virtually everything that, infrastructure, they voted no to that. Anything that will help the roads, the highways, they vote no for, but magically, nobody never blames them for nothing getting done. They come to Washington to obstruct. They don't come to govern and see that they just come to obstruct. They ain't doing nothing but just trying to be a clog in the wheel that makes this country go. And that's why I keep telling people it's a concerted effort in this country to undermine the will of the people. It's a certain effort in this country to undermine democracy. And we should be all concerned about that. We should all be concerned about that. I blame the corporate media too, because it seems the American people can't never get the truth unless it's a station like 106.3 FM. It has a lot of good shows that keep people abreast of what's going on. But you're not gonna get it from the mainstream media. You ain't gonna never get it from them. They're gonna tell you what they want us to think. I just think we acting like we're a fascist nation, man. And I just think that's real dangerous. I think we're in a real dangerous time right now. Because Trump been breaking the laws of this country all his life. I'm still waiting on the $79 million refund. $79 million refund that we sent Trump. See, you don't hear me talk about that. Where's that $79 million? I ain't heard he gave it back. Have you? If you have, call me. 386-868-3411. Because as far as I know, he ain't gave that $79 million back, and I don't see the IRS on his back. I don't see the media talking about it nonstop. Come on now. These people pick and choose what they want to talk about. You can have some over here outrageous and some over here ain't really nothing, but they'll dwell on the ain't nothing. Just so they want to deal with the outrageousness. I want a DOJ. I want a DOJ. I want a real DOJ. That's what I want. Department of Justice. I want a real Department of Justice. I don't want no Department of Justice who look at Baby Chump like he God or something. Kevin McCartney, he got to be the biggest idiot in the world, man. Him and Ted Cruz, man. Carter, you on the air? Go ahead. All right, man. How you going, Mr. Scott? Oh man, we always got your back, bro. We don't just be talking. We got your back, Mr. Scott. Whatever you need, whatever anybody needs, if I can help, I'm there. And what you was talking about was actually on point. And I told you that was a great presentation that that you presented to the city council. And as a matter of fact, I was gonna tell them all this day you ain't got a standing ovation. You ain't got an ovation for that. It was well put together, and people don't realize you drove 2-3 hours to come down here to do that. So if you could drive 2 hours to come do that, or an hour and a half, whatever it take to get from where you at, I know you over an hour drive. And if you could do that, I could take time to come up there and sit with you, man, until you go up there. That's right. Right. Yeah. Mhm. Well, well, Sam, his brother Sam, who's a lawyer now, played basketball at Maine, but he came up like a couple years behind me, and he kind of emulated me a little bit, trying to play ball, and he became an All-American at Maine. But Sam was if he anything like Sam, like his brother, man, he good, he good solid people. He come from that whole family is good solid people, man. I don't really know him, but I know of him. But I know Sam personally. I remember Sam personally growing up. I knew what kind of dude he was. Hello, hello. Went out. We lost him. Oh, there you go. Yeah. I thought we had lost you for a minute. Go ahead, listen. I thought we had lost you for a minute. Go ahead. Yeah, went out for a minute. Right. Oh yeah. Right. 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 And he had 2 terms already. Right.
just gonna cruise back into another time.
See what you have. You got corporate. You got corporate.
So we as a community have to get behind a candidate. You know, we had 4 years. We knew how DeSantis was when he came in office. We had 4 years to get somebody together to represent us to run against him. And this is the best we could do. I see why we're behind.
But,
So, it to me, it makes no sense.
but see,
like I said, all elections are local.
yeah, but see, Mr. Scott, they pick and choose. You see what I'm saying? They pick and choose. Like, for instance, let's say me and you want to run for office. If we ain't gonna do what corporations want us to do, they ain't gonna back us. If we don't side with corporations, they ain't gonna back us. They're gonna back the candidate who side with them. So that's why you see the people that you see the same old people being recycled over and over again because they got corporations in their pocket, and that's who giving them all the money to be running for all these elections, be running these elections every cycle. They take money. They got these corporations behind. You or I, we have to depend on the people for donations and all that. Well, they just got corporations giving them money straight off the bat, and they ain't got to worry about the people. And if you that type of person, if you give like that, then politics is the place for you, and they find that out, and that's what's happening, in my opinion.
Yeah, but you know, the thing about it is, it's too much of the same. You know.
Yeah.
I think the way around that is to get a grassroots effort. You know, something kind of like what Stacey Abrams did in Georgia. A grassroots, not too many people, you know, knew who she was, but she had this grassroots effort from the bottom up. And I think if we all come together and throw our support around, because there's enough donors, you know, wealthy donors that will back a candidate like that. But we all have to be in this together. You know, I don't see any inclusion. It seems like there's a lot of divisiveness going on right now. But I think starting after these midterms, because, you know, the general election is coming up, after these midterms, we need to get a grassroots effort. I talked to you a couple weeks ago about who I think it should be.
Gavin Newsom.
And I talked to my brother last night.
And he don't survive 2 recalls in California. That's why I was telling you, he probably wouldn't be the best man. He don't survive 2 recalls in California. You know that, right?
But he survived.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is, but that lets you know he's hated by the other side because they don't try to recall you twice. They really don't want you. They try to really don't want you there. If they right in your turn, they're trying to get you out of office right in your turn. That just shows you the animosity and the dislike for Gavin Newsom. That's all I was saying. Yeah, because he get things done. Yeah.
So because they tried to recall him, we tried to recall Trump. But that didn't work. So, you know, I mean, because they tried to recall him, that don't make it, you know, that to me, that's a plus.
Yeah.
To me, but we got to have somebody, man. You know, that if it's not him, then who? You know. But we got to get somebody right after these midterms. I think they're gonna take back the House. I think we might be able to hold on to the Senate because they're putting all these.
You more optimistic than me. You more optimistic than me.
Yeah, I think we lose the House, but I really do believe now we can hold on to the Senate because all these tough calls that they're putting in there, a lot of independents not falling for that banana in the tailpipe is that.
Right. Well, you know, I just think that they're playing games with the American people, man. I really do. I think they're all in on it. I think the Republicans and Democrats play their roles, but they're all in on. They're all enriching themselves. They're all of them tax cheats. All of them, not all of them. A lot of them tax cheat. A lot of them stock market cheats. And all that need to be looked into. That's why they won't specifically go out and really say too much about Donald Trump, because they know he got goods on him. That's why when you see people don't go out specifically and challenge him, because all of them doing it, they're just doing it to a lesser degree than he doing it. That's why they can't really come out and say that, because all of them doing it. I mean, that's just my take on it. You know what I mean?
You got a point. I see that. Yeah.
And I just think it's a shame that these people being handpicked by these corporations just to be puppets. We need to get back to a true democracy, one person, one vote. Put people on the ballot, put everybody on the ballot, and just vote. They make it hard. They make it hard, Mr. Scott, so they can manipulate it. See, if it's simple, ain't no manipulations there. You know what I mean? But if you bring some kind of complexity to it, you see what I'm saying? Now you can manipulate that system or that apparatus. See, if we and all it's intentionally put it in place to keep those in charge in charge. They don't want to put it in place. They put it in place to make sure they stay in charge. They put that apparatus in place just for that. Yes, that's the game they play on the American people. And until we start doing our research, Mr. Scott, start finding out a lot of things, we won't know. We just believe what they tell us. But I'm gonna say this again: a politician ain't got no business talking about nothing when it comes to healthcare, because he's not no doctor. He ain't no scientist. You see what I'm saying? You got people like the Santos telling people that he gonna take books out of the. See, he contradicts himself. He's a hypocrite. You saying nobody can make you wear a mask, but you can make somebody carry a rapist baby for 9 months though. You see what I mean? Can nobody make you wear a mask, but you can make a woman carry a rapist child for 9 months, or a stillborn child for 9 months. That all that policy that he got in play right now. Where if the baby died, they would have to take that baby to full term. That's nonsense, bro. That's nonsense.
But I appreciate it, man. I just called in and say thank you for man. Thanks for walking the walk.
Thank you, brother. Anytime. I'm always there for you, and I appreciate everything you do for me as well. You have a nice day. Okay. We got 1 minute left. I just want to thank everybody for showing up. Next week, we'll have a pre-recorded show. So we're gonna probably shoot that after we do this one. So next week's show will be pre-recorded. So HL loves everybody. And until next Tuesday at noon, I'm out of here.